Hello and welcome to a new Let's Play or Let's Try series, depending on how long this goes. And the game I'll be doing a Let's Play series on is Mountain Blade 2, or commonly known as Bannerlord. Now, this game I've had it for a long while, and I played all of the preceding series of it, so I tracked it since it came out a long time ago. But I do play it often on occasionally, and yeah, I just felt in the mood to play another campaign. Now, there are some older campaigns that I have, so I have some experience with the game, but I haven't actually completed the main storyline missions because I don't know, I just love the setting that I can play on my own and do my own thing. So I'll be starting a new campaign, and I don't know how many things have changed since then. Okay, so new campaign, I'll have to make a new character, and I don't want to bore you too much with the character creation. Okay,
For 500 years, the Calradian Empire dominated the continent. Its armies scattered foes before them. The strongholds of proud tribes crumbled beneath its engines of war. From the forests of the north to the wastes of the south, all was brought beneath the standard of their legions. Brutal as the conquest was, the wise agreed that it brought peace. The land, now untroubled by armies, grew rich. But empires, like men, grow old. Leaders lose a common cause. Corruption spreads. Old enemies learn the empire's tricks and devise new ones of their own. Until one day, the bonds holding the Empire snap. Then comes the Civil War, pitting all against all. A time of hatred. A time of suffering. But also, even in the worst hours, a time of courage and defiance. As new leaders arise, from new places and new peoples, to turn back the tides of destruction and bring forth a new world. From the ashes of the old.
okay, so ever since last I played the game, I don't recall there being a cutscene like that, so they must have added that at some point between when I last played. Okay, but to some degree, it did describe the scenario. If you've ever played Mountain Blade Warband, this game is essentially, it takes place before that. So, and the scenarios, I don't know if I would describe it as basically, yes, you would have the three Roman-esque empires. So, for instance, you can, for instance, pick an empire character. But there's essentially three kingdoms that form the empire, the Romans, essentially, and it's their collapse. So again, I'll just briefly go through here. So yes, the Vlandians are the descendants of the adventurers from the west, who lived under the empire for centuries before forming an independent kingdom. With the decline of imperial authority, they've evolved into a well-organized feudal society led by a caste of warlike nobles who prefer to fight with spears and lances on horseback. Now, Vlandians as well, they eventually become the Swardians, which would be similar to Franks and British. I would have said they're similar to the Franks and the British. Okay, so depending on the characters I choose, it'll also be bonuses, which, yeah, some of these bonuses have changed again. brought on so many patches that it's changed. Okay, so I'll try and go through it quickly. 5% more renown from battles. 15% more income while serving as a mercenary. Okay. 10% production bonus to villages that are bound to castles. Yes, good. Okay, that I might look at. Recruiting lords to armies cost 20 more influence. Fine. So if you've never played multiplayer games, it's I almost want to say it's first person, third person medieval combat. But as you read here as well, eventually, and yes, you essentially lead an army or a party of soldiers, and eventually you can own villages and castles and manage them. So yes, you start as you can fight as a single warrior. It's not real-time strategy or 4X game necessarily, but you can eventually either form your own kingdom or be part of a kingdom and own castles and villages that pay you money, and you can upgrade them. Okay, let me quickly go through sturgeons. The Scandinavians, essentially. Sturgeons are the descendants of the foreign tribes of northern Calradia. As the empire expanded into their cold forests, they found a raiding market for the luxurious furs of woodland animals whom they traditionally hunted and trapped. Sturgeon chieftains became princes, vying for preeminence with the help of Nord mercenaries who migrated into their realm. They are good hunters and wanderers, traveling far in search of opportunities both for trade and for plunder. Yeah, sturgeons are, from what I can remember, again, a mixed, if you had to have a real world equivalent, Scandinavians, Vikings, and Russians. You'll see it in some of their unit names later on if you see it. And yes, they definitely changed to a better benefit here. Recruiting and upgrading infantry troops are 25% cheaper. Armies lose 20% less daily cohesion. Yeah, this used to be, no, they just move fast in cold terrain, and that wasn't really, I mean, yeah, a quarter of the map you move really fast. Whoop-de-doo. What a bonus. But yeah, thing about the Sturgeons and Vikings, they primarily are infantry troops. They do have some cavalry, but most of them, imagine Vikings with big shields and shield walls. Right, Empire, the classical Romans. The Calradian Empire is in decline even before the suspicious death of the Emperor Aranikos. The once united realm was torn by political rivalries. Today, those factions are in open war, yet Calradians endure. Their methodical study of defensive strategy, in which garrisons cities slow down invading forces until mobile field armies can come to their rescue, helps hold their neighbors at bay. Okay, 20% less garrison troop wage. Okay, so yes, focusing on garrisons. Being an army brings 25% more influence. Yeah. Village hearths increase 20% less. Yes, so their villages grow slowly. Asarai, Middle Eastern, Arabian. The Asarai are the inhabitants of the Nahasa Desert, a mixture of nomadic Bedouin and settled oases farmers. They are famous for their horsemanship and their knowledge of the learning of many lands, especially medicine gained from some of the continent's most lucrative trade routes. Each clan is fiercely proud of its lineage and often jealous of the others. But when united by a charismatic leader, they become a major force in the south. Okay. Yep. Traders, caravans are 30% cheaper to build, 10% less trade penalty, no speed penalty on desert. Okay, so there's a movement bonus, but sturgeons that used to be in cold temperatures. Daily wages of troops in the party are increased by 5%. Yeah, well, means you're supposed to compensate for that by trading. Okay, Kuzites. Again, maybe a broad description here, but Mongols, horse archers. The Kuzites, confederation of steppe tribes, used to live a nomadic life, but have recently settled in the eastern frontier of the empire and are slowly transitioning into an agrarian society with permanent town centers. Yeah, despite this, they still retain many aspects of their nomadic life, including their affinity with horses. They are masters of mounted archery, shooting, and then galloping out of reach. Yep. A lot of their troops benefit from the fact that archers on horseback, and yeah, just stay mobile and shoot from range. Doesn't always work, but yeah, it is beneficial. Recruiting and upgrading mounted troops are 10% cheaper. It makes sense because most of their troops benefit from being cavalry troops. 25% production bonus to horse, mule, cow, and sheep in villages owned by Kuzite rulers. Okay, and 20% less tax income from towns. Yep, because they're still getting used to that. And then the last one, the Botanians, a very hard one for me to describe a real world equivalent. The Botanians, or the Botanians, however you want to pronounce that, still remember the olden days when the woods stretched across northern Calradia and the Empire and its cities had yet to violate their sanctity. The fierce warriors remain loyal to their traditional ways. They paint their faces when going into battle, and even their noblemen prefer to fight on foot while using great axes and two-handed swords with deadly efficiency. What would be the real-world equivalent of this? I want to say Celtic. Like, imagine, yeah, Celts. That would be early Franks. I don't know, but again, I've seen other comparisons to Scottish. Point is, I know some of their units, yes, they prefer like two-handed weapons, not using a lot of shields most of the time. They do have some shielded warriors, and I think they have the best archers in the game, essentially. Not a lot of mounted combat. Again, I'm just going to go through a summary here. So yeah, Botanians, best archers in the game as far as I'm aware. Two-handed combat. Kuzites, yeah, as I just mentioned, Mongols, horse archers, and good cavalry. Mostly cavalry. Sarai, middle mix of troops. They do have some good cavalry, but they have an even mix of infantry, cavalry. Empire, imagine Romans, essentially. They have primarily infantry with some archer support, unlike Romans, and they do have some, they don't have, actually they do have horse archers, but probably not the best. Sturgeons, Vikings, shield walls, infantry, but they do have some cavalry. And then Vlandians, which will also be again another even mix of infantry and cavalry, which eventually would become the like late medieval Franks and English, essentially. All right, so I did look at some of these. I'm just going to quickly decide. So the thing is, I eventually want to get to, I'm not saying I'm going to get to anytime soon, but this is a good bonus to build things faster. And also getting enough renown from battles is very good, because that eventually is good that people can recognize you and work with you more. Also, yeah, if early on we want to serve as a mercenary, we get more gold. Sturgeons I would choose if I wanted to go just infantry. Yes, okay, recruiting and upgrading infantry troops, it would be cheaper, but I'll do that maybe if I feel like doing another playthrough as them. Empire, yeah. Again, this is good if I want to eventually form an empire, but I don't know, I've played them before, I want to try something new. Asra, if I want to do trading. Kuzites I've done, so I'll probably do that in another playthrough, but I want to try something new. Okay. Botanians, 50% less speed penalty and 50% side range bonus to follow. Okay, so this is again another movement bonus in only specific terrains. Towns owned by Botanian rulers have 1+ militia production. Yeah, okay, so when you own villages, those villages gradually grow and also have to have their own militia protecting them. So these would gather more militia faster than the other ones. Well, for now, I actually had my sights set on creating a Vlandian character. This doesn't restrict you too much. You can still be Vlandian and go to any of the other empires in the game, as you will see later on. Right, so let's get on to the character creation. Okay, so, right, I'll probably have to blur around here. If I can just make a note for myself. Yeah, so I'm not going to go through the character creation too much, because I don't care too much about it personally, because I don't end up looking at my character's face all that much. But I'm just quickly going through some of the tabs if you were ever interested in, if you didn't own the game and you're ever interested in it, you can create, or you have a lot of options for creating a detailed character, nose, facial hair, hairstyles, all that jazz. But yeah, I'll quickly create a character, but I don't want to, I'll probably not edit that out, so I'll see you later then. Okay, so after you've created your character, you'll be given the choose your family options, where you'll essentially choose your skills growing up. All right, so who's your family? So you were born into a family of Baron's retainers. What'll that give me? Okay, so that will give me polearm combat and riding skills. Okay, yes, I've seen some other people play this game and they don't, some of them oddly enough don't like mounted combat. I do prefer it over foot combat because I can run away. I'm not that good at combat in this game, so I prefer to be on horseback and be able to just get away when possible. All right, so this will give me, yes, social is the other thing I want to have up. Baron's retainers. Let me just quickly, let's just go through the options here. Urban merchants. It'll give me intelligence, but also I get the arm and trade options. That's also good. Trade, yeah, you essentially make money by selling stuff that you find on the battlefield. That's always an option. Intelligence you will want for steward, medicine, and engineering. Medicine I always found was an important thing because good enough medicine, well, okay, you can get another character to be this, but someone with good medicine will, how can I put this? Your troops will, if you have troops, they will get injured on the battlefield. Depending on how good your surgeon's medicine skill is, they might die or they might actually live or recover from the injuries. Steward as well you want because cheaper wages. Your soldiers demand less money. So Baron's retainers, urban merchants, yeoman. Okay, it's all about combat and endurance. Okay, urban blacksmith. Get some vigor and some combat skills. Hunters. Yeah, control. I don't know how much I'm going to need control. For Vlandian combat, I don't recall them. Yeah, I'm not going to use the bow on horseback, but I might need some throwing weapons. But that's not my primary focus. Primary focus is probably going to be polearm on horseback. And then I want leadership is a primary focus for me because the better your leadership skills, the better your troops will be. And I do want to start primarily with a party of soldiers. Okay, mercenaries. Yeah, we'll have cunning, right? Tactics and some control. Okay, I'm going to go with Baron's retainers to just get some horse riding skills and polearm, but yes, social to eventually up my leadership. Right, and there's your young character if you ever created one. Yeah, as a child, you were noted for leadership skills. Yep, that'll give me some cunning and tactics. Tactics is used when you're not in combat, and if you're asking, oh, why would you not be in combat? Well, that's because you're injured probably from the previous combat. And yes, it ups my leadership skills as well. Take that. Hang on, what were the other options? Your brawn. Okay, so if I just want to go pure combat, your attention to detail, control, and some endurance. Yeah. Well, this is for archery. I'm not going to go primarily for archery right now. Aptitude for numbers. Yep. Okay, so intelligence and some engineering. Your way with people. Okay, again. It's up to my charm, but I want cunning social for combat and your skill with the horse. Yeah, just purely good with horses. Okay, I'm gonna go with leadership. Like all the village children, you helped out in the fields. You also what? Herded sheep. It gives me some control and some athletics. Athletics is, yeah, physical fitness, speed, and balance. You're going to wear armor in this game, and the higher your athletics, the heavier armor you can wear, and the heavier your armor, the slower you will run. The higher your athletics and endurance, the faster you will run with heavy armor. But again, I'm planning on being on horseback. Herded sheep, worked in the village smithy. You can create weapons in this game, but I'm not going to focus too much on that. Okay, that'll give me some combat skills, engineering. I wonder if I should take that. Gather herbs in the wild. Gives me endurance. I've hunted small game. Sold products. Again, I might be going too heavy with the social, but again, trade skills up means I can make a lot of money early on selling all of the equipment we get. And again, social, leadership, and also charm. We're not going to be one single soldier. We're actually going to be the leader of a party eventually, so it is important. As a youngster growing up in Calradia, war was never too far away. You served as a baron's groom. Gives us cunning and some stewardship. No. Trained with the cavalry. I do want to... Yeah, because that'll give me some horse riding skills, endurance, and some polearm skills. Good God with the garrison. Will give me intelligence. Ride with the scouts. Trained with the infantry. Just make me hit harder. Join the skirmishers. I want some one-handed skill, and yes, I do need to actually hit hard. I really need the horsemanship skill up. Let's see if we get something later on. Before you set out for a life of adventure, your biggest achievement was you defeated an enemy in battle. Okay, that would have given us combat skill. You led a successful manhunt. That gives us cunning, some leadership skills. Ooh, which I want. All right. You invested some money in land. No, you hunted a dangerous animal. You had a famous escapade in town. You treated people well. Okay, so you defeated an enemy in battle. This gives us more vigor. So that's why I want to say, okay, I want to go back here. And let's say we trained with the cavalry. It gives me one more level in endurance and more riding skill. Meaning we can say now, you defeated an enemy in battle. Giving us more vigor and one-handed, which I wanted there as well. Alright. Like many families in Calradia, your life was upended by war. Your home was ravaged by the passage of army after army. Eventually, you sold your property and set off with your father, mother, brother, and your two younger siblings. Yep, okay, here comes the storyline. To a new town you'd heard of was safer. But you did not make it. Along the way, the inn at which you were staying was attacked by raiders. Your parents were slain and your two youngest siblings seized. But you and your brother survived because... Alright, so yeah, that's the classical start in the game, I think. You have an older brother, and essentially the tutorial. I'll go through it quickly then. And yes, part of the tutorial is you have to save your two younger siblings who are being kept prisoner by raiders. Okay, so we escaped because you subdued a raider, so that's combat and some athletics. I want this athletics, but I might be able to improve it later on. But do I want more party skills? You drove them off with arrows. You rode off on a fast horse. You tricked the raiders. You organized the travelers to break out. Yeah. I wonder if this... It's not a very combat effective start, but it'll hopefully be a party effective start. Okay, but hang on. I'm going to need an effective steward. I need some intelligence. Yeah, I hate to say this. I need some intelligence. Because if I'm going to be the steward, or maybe I can improve it later on. I don't know. I'm going to be... My character's going to be very dumb then in the beginning. Okay. I'm going to go heavy leadership. Because again, I don't know what they changed in the patch, but I remember last time I played, it was very hard to get leadership skills up. Maybe they've improved it, but last time I played it was infamously difficult to up your leadership skills. Because essentially the only way you could do it was by keeping your morale of your party up, and that was... I don't know, the conditions for it were very strange. Oh, okay, daring valor. Valor represents your reputation for risking your life to win glory or wealth. Okay, point is, I'm going to go heavy on leadership now, and then the other skills I can improve throughout the game. Will be Funder. Yep. All the skills, all the stuff. 1 plus to valor, 20 plus from now. Okay, so some people know about us. Okay, good. Right, so enough of the character creation. Hopefully we can actually get to the game. Ah, all right, difficulty presets. I mean, I'm not that experienced at this game, but I'll put it at this. Ah, okay. Player receive damage, yep. Ah, all right, this makes us stronger than everybody. Yeah, okay, put it to 50%. Friendly troops receive damage, yep. Wait. Oh. Yeah, no. Put that to realistic. Okay, hang on. You know what? Screw it. I'll do it. Realistic. Recruitment difficulty. Yeah, let's go realistic. Map movement speed. Realistic. Realistic. I'll put them at veteran. And member death possibility. Ah, okay. I think this was one of the settings that I didn't like. I mean, do I want to be realistic or not with this? Because there's a lot of deaths can occur in this game. We'll leave it at 50. I don't want to leave it completely off, but it's one of those things that, depending on what happens, you might want to save scum. Disable battle death for player hero. Yeah, right now. Okay, wait. Okay, I'm gonna put this at reduced by 100 for now, because again, it's a long time since I played this game. I don't want to go immediately hardcore, but the thing that happens with you essentially, yes, if your party is completely defeated, you're essentially going to be taken prisoners, and I want to at least be able to play the game. Okay, auto allocate clan member perks. No, I want to do that. Iron Man mode. Ah, all right. There's an Iron Man mode. And no, I'm not going to be... Forgive me, but... Yeah, it's just going to be pain and suffering for me. Okay, let's start the game.
Brother, it's been 3 days now we've been tracking those bastards. I think we're getting close. We need to think about what happens when we catch them. How are we going to rescue our brother and sister? Are we up for a fight?
Okay, and they've introduced voice acting into the game. This again, yeah, last time I played they didn't have voice acting. Okay, so I don't need to read this.
This looks like an old training field for the legions. Perhaps we can spare some time and brush up on our skills. The practice could come in handy when we catch up with the raiders.
All right, okay, so just, I know some of the gameplay already, but
let's go on.
Go through it again. Because I might need a refresh as well, and plus, yeah, just to show you if you've never played this game before. Okay, so let's do the cavalry calls first. Again, I'm not always too good at this, but alright. Let's do Olam on horseback combat first. Hang on. Yep, F to my horse. Alright, so if I press the R key, I can go first person or third person view. And as you see, this is what I meant by kind of medieval combat. The thing that I need to do now is... yep, this is what I meant. I'm terrible. Nope, do not run the horse. No, come on, mercy. Okay. This horse is very slow. if I'm first person. Okay. Stab. 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 Okay. Stab again. Nope, missed. Stab. Okay. Stab. Stab. Ah. Stab. Okay, and stab. Nope, missed. Stab. Stab. Jump. Right, spacebar to jump your horse. Okay. Either my horse riding skills are bad or this is a very slow horse. Okay, jump. Right. Okay. Now, I can quickly show you archery combat. I can tell you right now, my character skills are very bad for this. So, alright, you see the reticle there, right? And you see as I'm readying the bow, and this is the problem. This is the thing about combat. People are very loud. Okay, any case, let's go. Accuracy will reduce as I'm moving because my skills are very bad on horseback. But another thing that I like about this is, yes, it's realistic that, hang on, you can't keep the bow drawn forever. The longer you keep the... Look, if I stand still, right? Draw the bow and you're ready to shoot, but if you keep it drawn, your arms are going to get tired, so thus your accuracy will go. Again, this is one of the things they keep commenting in like shows where the people just have their bows drawn forever, and everybody keeps wondering like, aren't you getting tired? Hey guys. But yeah, bigger reticule means more inaccurate. Oh, I'm actually hitting some of the targets with zero skill. This horse is very slow. Too long. If you're thinking this is very inaccurate and how is this actually effective in combat, yes, this is a very low skilled character with low archery skills for horseback ridings. Yeah, later on you get skills. For instance, those Kuzite that I mentioned, the Mongols, some of those characters can get. Oh yeah, you can make a character there that's very skilled at horseback combat or archery on horseback. In any case, now we're going to get into infantry combat. Right, one-handed. What are the options here? Two-handed sword and sword and board. Now, personally, I like the sword and board because I am not so good with blocking the other weapons. Also, if you've never played Mount and Blade, you have directional combat. You can disable this in the options as well. I don't know what the other option does, but alright. Yeah, as it's pointing there, tutorial. So defend from up, down, left. Oh, attack from the left. No, attack from the left. Yeah, it's a little bit clicky. Basically, I just evolve into clicking madly until something works. Okay. You'll see in a moment. Go to the trainer. Right. And begin. See, that's why I don't like two-handed weapons. You can block, but I have not mastered that art yet. So it makes it very easy for a person like me to hit you. Okay? You just block. Okay, congrats. But two-handed weapons are very ineffective. Come on. Come on. Attacking. Meanwhile, if I have a shield, I can bash you and hit you. Okay, now for the veteran trainer. Yep, and he's using a sword and board. Right. 3, 2, 1. And he's hitting faster. Come on. And that's also why I don't fight first person, because it's even more disorientating. Come on. Okay. But my problem always is, okay, this again, I do not know how people do this polearm and shield. That's impossible for me. But let me show you, for instance, why I don't really prefer two-handed combat. Two-handed combat, yes, it's cool and all, and lots of damage with two-handed weapons, but here's my reason why I don't like this. Okay, so let's quickly start some combat. I can block. Come on. Yep. Mainly dodge as much as possible. No. No. Yeah. No, I'm not gonna. Stay away from me. I just swing like ow. Yeah. Let's try that again. I'll try a couple of times before I just give up. Oh, okay, I have to do that again. All right. See, the thing is, I can block, but the way I block is just, I don't know, I'm not used to it. I just prefer having a shield and just swinging wildly once they... Okay. Swing. Thank you. Attack. 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 Yeah, I don't know if that's an effective strategy. Just attack like a wild man. Right. Now he's got a sword and board. He can block whenever he wants. No. Okay. Come on. Over it. Come on. Wow, I actually won that. I wasn't expecting that. Okay, but as you see, you can do combat like that, but I prefer the shield and sword. In any case, let's actually get back to the game, I think. Is there anything else? Oh, there's just a purely ranged combat, I think. Yeah, over here. Right, so let's quickly show some of the ranged combat. Okay, so not on horseback. You'll see some of the archery in effect. Okay, so again, you get your bow ready, but if you keep it too long, your arms get tired. Right clicking just disengages again. Shift to zoom. All right, so again, let's try that again. Okay. So you want to try and release as soon as it's ready. All right. My character skill is actually high, I think, right now. Because I don't remember that bows being this accurate with unskilled characters. All right. No. All right, and then some of the other range combat. Okay, so here, crossbow. You can obviously think with this, unlike a bow, you can actually keep it stretched forever because, okay, we already have a bolt ready. Right, so aim. This you can keep. Okay, interesting. Why is it stretching? Because theoretically your arms aren't going to get tired from keeping a crossbow stretched because it's crossbow taking the strain. But the disadvantage is, yes, long reload times. But okay, reload and it's ready for combat or to be shot. Alright, shift, zoom. Simple enough. And depending on the crossbow, again, heavy crossbows you can't use on horseback, but light crossbows, hunting crossbows, you can use on horseback. And where's the throwing weapons? Okay, here. Yeah, these are the ones that I prefer and that I'm going to use for the Vlandian combat as well. So, yeah, you can hold forever, I think. Okay, there is slight strain. Disengage, right? So, aim, throw. Oh yeah, but unlike bows and crossbows, you have to actually aim up, and you have a limited number on your in your quiver. I don't know what you would call it, the javelins, whether or not. No. In any case, they give us an infinite amount here. No, what the? Okay. Yeah, see, for those further targets, you really have to. Come on. And again, it's not just javelins. You also get throwing axes in this game. And I don't remember what else. Yeah. Did we get throwing daggers? You get throwing daggers. Throwing darts. Yeah, that's the other weapon you get. So, for the Empire troops, I think it was some of their troops that get throwing darts as weapons instead of javelins. I imagine, I think. What? No. Is this gonna work? Yeah, okay. I think it's enough of that. Yeah, I'm gonna dismiss this timer right now. Right, so let's get on with the game.
Are you ready to leave here?
All right, let's go. Okay. Right, finally. Okay, before we do anything else, we're low on food. There's a village north of here where we can buy some provisions and find some help. You're a better rider than I am, so I'll let you lead the way. Yep. All right. Yep. I know how to go there. Okay. Yep. Okay, so right now we're paused, and again, if you haven't seen this game, so as I said, yes, first-person medieval combat, but you do have a strategic kind of map view, and this is our little party here, me and my brother. Okay, as you can see, okay, we have 1,000 dinars to our name, 0 influence, we're quite healthy, 2 members in our party, and 1 unit of food. So yes, eventually when you have your army or party, and as it gets larger, it will consume food. So right now, party, yep, us and our brother character, essentially. Okay, and yeah, simple enough. If you want to move somewhere, just left click. So we have to go there. Okay, saving. And then we'll move there. You can speed up if you think it's too slow. All right, take a walk around. Entering settlements. Yep, we've arrived at the settlement, so take a walk around. It's going to do some of the tutorial stuff.
Now we're here, I guess. So, we need food, and after that, maybe some men to come with us. The head man here can probably help us. Let's try to find him.
Okay, now this I can, yeah, alt to see the location of him. We'll see his location. First person view, a little confusing. All right.
I'm Orthos, head man of this village. What brings you here?
We need help. Some raiders have taken our younger brother and sister.
They got your people too? Sorry to hear that. Those bastards have done a bit of killing and looting in these parts as well. We think they've gone north. I reckon there are a few folk around here who'll join you in going after them if you'll pay for their gear.
Right.
Once you've made your preparations, come and talk to me again. I may have a task if you're going after the raiders. Have you finished your preparations?
Okay. No, yeah, I'm working on it. All right, so I have to go out again. Tab. Recruit troops. Yep, and this doesn't always happen in a normal game. This is specifically for the tutorial, but yes, headman's troops, and they all have horses and quite experienced, level 5. So, by the way, yes, if you left click on them, you get some stat. Well, I suppose you get some stats, but you can look at some of their equipment and some of their skills. Where was the skills? There's somewhere. Huh. I imagine there was somewhere that which listed their stats. Never mind. We'll hire some of you guys. Yeah, should be enough. Oh, yep. And then buy some food. So grain. 3 units at 34 dinars each. We don't need wool or sheep either. Okay, you will pay that much. Good. All right. All right. No. I want to go into the village. I just want to talk. Okay.
Glad to see you found what you needed. Now, about that matter I mentioned earlier. There's this wandering doctor who comes through here from time to time. Name of Tactius. Treats people for free. We're fond of it. Well, we last saw him a few days ago. He was carrying some sort of chest, which he was very mysterious about. He was on some sort of quest, he said, though wouldn't tell us more. He set off on the road just a few hours before the raiders came through here. Well, he's not really a worldly type, just the kind of fellow who'd stumble into a trap and let himself be captured. We're worried about him. If you can keep an eye out for him, this Tactius, we'd be very grateful. Maybe if he's alive and well, he'll tell you a little more about his quest.
Okay, so yeah, a little bit of a oh well, okay, I'm not going to do that spoilers, but I think you know what's going to happen eventually. All right, so let's leave, go find our brother and sister. All right, so first mission, yep, you have to go attack a lot of villagers and raiders this time, not looters. Okay. All right, so again, easy enough to attack or maneuver towards them. You just have to click on them. Spacebar. I clicked spacebar just now to pause the game. Just looking at some other stats here. So where's our speed? I don't see our speed right now. Click that button, you get an expanded thing. All right, so our current speed is 6.9, and as you can read there, the reasons for it, there's a base speed. Because we're all cavalry, it's 1.97, but because we have some cargo on us, it's making us slower because we're carrying stuff, the grain. And the raiders we're going after, their speed is 4.8, we're going at 6.9, so we should be able to catch them. As you can see, yeah, we're slowly gaining on them. And now you'll get to see the combat. All right, so attack. Yep, I should not do this. So as you see there, just click this button. 1 and 3,000 charge. Now comes into effect. I'm bad on the horse. I'm so slow. Okay, my troops are gonna come around again for a charge. Okay, I have the sword. Come on, let me. Ow. Oh my god, my character is bad. Come on, can I just get it? Damn it, you. Oh. Come on, guys, I've got them distracted. Come on, I need more weapon reach. Come on. Okay. So you can read on the bottom left there. This is another thing I loved about Mountain Blade. It's essentially just a simple thing of, yes, your weapon become, or you add damage to your weapon by the speed your horse is going. So yes, if I was standing still and I swing a sword, it would probably do 50 damage, but because my horse was charging at a certain speed and I hit the target, it would become 63. I don't know, I'm not going to go into that much detail. But yes, speed from your horse essentially adds damage to your weapon thrusts or swings. Alright, gain morale, and then yeah, yes, obviously, well, they had another headman's troop as a prisoner. Okay, we can take that, and yes, we're going to take some of the raiders that were left or still alive after the combat as prisoners. Okay, And then we get to take some of the loot from the battlefield. This is what I was talking about. You want some trader skills to at least be able to sell these for money. I actually want to see if this is actually an improvement. It is an improvement on my current armor, but it is heavier. Yeah, weight 2.9 versus the 0.6 that I currently have. So it's going to be heavier, but it'll give more body armor and leg armor. Yeah. Okay. Basically, because right now we almost have 0 armor. Just going to put all this on. What is this? No, yeah, we'll look at you later. Okay, now we're supposed to hunt down all the other troops as well. Again, let's just do that again. Right, so
Everyone!
okay, cavalry by default is supposed to be 3, yeah, as you see there on the unicard, so you do that by pressing the numbers, but I pressed 1 and it just selects everyone.
Cavalry!
You can see some of the commands here at the bottom. So F1, I was saying stop. Okay, F1, but click on
Charge!
Now, later on I'll get into more complex commands, but right now it's just simple enough to say no, just charge. He down? Oh, alright. Keep missing that swing. Right, come on. Again, another thing I'll add, you see me in third-person combat. This is what it looks like in first-person combat. This is a little bit more disorientating, to be honest. I mean, you can do it, but it's just...
We whipped the bastards! We've been blessed!
Alright.
Yeah!
Easy enough. Get another troop. More prisoners. More loot. Yep. Don't worry, game. I know what's going on. Okay, last one. Track them down. Oh god. Okay, this is a little bit...
Horsemen! Move!
Go over there. Now, if I press Alt, yeah, that's where they are. I don't remember where, but there was also a strategic mini-map. Or maybe that was a mod. Again, I'll probably look at
Cavalry!
some of the mods later on as well. And all of those, last time I played, there were basically no mods. Ever since like a year ago. Ow. Yeah, I took a lot of damage there. Okay, shield up. Yep. Guys, I'm not partaking in this combat anymore. You can see my health at the bottom right is very low compared to my horses, my ship. Jeez. Uh-huh. Ooh. Yep. Confusing thing about cavalry combat when your own cavalryman. Come on. Okay, that was a little bit too late. Horsey, you're very slow.
Look at them run!
Alright. Any improvements? Yeah, we'll take that. Okay, you rescue several prisoners that the raiders had been dragging along. They look parched and exhausted. You give them a bit of water and bread, and after a short while, one staggers to his feet and comes over to you. Alright.
I don't know who you are, but I'm in your debt. These brigands would have marched us to our deaths. My name's Tactios. I'm a doctor by trade. I was on, well, a bit of a quest, but I'm now thinking I'm not really made for this kind of thing. I was with a caravan, and they just came out of the brush. We were surrounded and outnumbered, so we gave up. I figured they'd keep us alive, if just for the ransom. But then they started flogging us along at top speed, without any water, and I was just about ready to drop. I could feel the signs of heat stroke creeping up, and I told them, but they just flogged me more. If your group hadn't come along, maybe I have a way to thank you properly.
Okay, we're looking for 2 children captured by the raiders. Can you tell us anything?
I'm afraid I haven't seen any children, but after our caravan was attacked, the chief of the raiders, the one they call Radagos, took and rode off with our more valuable belongings, including a chest that I had. He seemed to be controlling more than one band around this area. If this lot has your kin, then I think he'd be the one to know. And since I have nothing of value left to repay your help, I'll tell you this. If you do catch up with and defeat that ruffian, you may be able to recover my chest. It contains a valuable ornament, which I was told could be of great value if you knew where to sell it. I was trying to find out more about it, but, as I say, I've had all my urge for travelling flogged out of me. Right now, I don't think I'd venture more than 20 paces from a well as long as I live.
We'll keep that in mind.
It doesn't look like much, and I suspect this lot will give it away for a few coins. But I got it from a mercenary whom I treated once, and he swore it was related to Neretz's folly. I don't know what that means, except that Neretes was of course the emperor who died in battle some years back. Maybe you could find out its true value. Thanks for saving me again. I hope our paths will cross again.
Oh god, yeah, quest completed. Yeah, I have to add, for me, the last time I played this game, there was no voice acting, so this is very alienating in a good way. Yeah, and it's not too bad. Okay, so Radagos' hideout. I'm wondering, are we in a state that we can actually take that on? Okay, right now I just want to heal up a little bit. And actually, hang on. J? Yeah. Right, so find a hideout. Yeah, we know where the hideout is. Problem I have is, are we actually ready for that? And all these are completed quests. I'm just thinking on a personal level, yeah, I just quickly want to rest a little bit. And then again, up there. Okay, press 3 to increase the speed. Yeah, we're gonna wait up and heal up a bit. There's no wait option. Okay, I just stand in the middle of the... If I hold down, press 3 again, I can just stand there basically. Yeah, okay, my hit points aren't really going up. Because the tutorial has now disabled me being able to assign party roles. Okay, also. Okay, so I can assign some skills. So here's some of the skills. I don't want to go reading through all of them right now because again that might take too long, but essentially, yeah, there's various perks that you can have with all of these skills. For instance, this is why I wanted leadership. Okay, so combat tips, 2+ experience per day to all troops in your party. So eventually when you get troops, usually you can hire them, for instance, at low as level 1. They're basically just peasants with pitchforks or basic peasant weaponry. And through as they gain levels, so your troops can gain levels, you get the option to upgrade them. But it's always frustrating to, in the beginning, that you have these weak troops that can easily die in combat. And the only way to level them up is to have them in combat. But if you have leadership traits that you pick here, perks, traits, whatever you want to call them, you can train your troops without having them in combat. And that's sometimes something I prefer for the weaker troops. So, for instance, if we do get to level 25, I think, we can pick from these two options. Combat tips, party leader. So we're a party leader right now. We would get 2+ experience per day to all troops in our party. So regardless of their level, if they're level 1 or level 7, they'll, or okay, level 7 is the highest. I think level 5, they'll still get 2 experience per day without being in combat, just being in the party. And again, party leader, 1+2 troop tiers when recruiting from same culture. So yeah, if we recruit from Valandian villages, we'll get higher tier troop options to hire as well, which again will be good. Is that? Yeah, +1 to troop tiers when recruiting from same culture. Okay. Raise the meek. 4+ experience per day to tier 1 and tier 2 troops. Okay, so again, a little bit better than this, but it focuses, it's only for tier 1 and 2 troops. If they're tier 3, they don't get the any experience per day. And yes, governor. 3+ experience per day to each troop and garrison in the government settlement. Again, that's if you are the governor of a castle or a town, which is a larger one, and they have garrisons, and then the garrison troops will get experience if you are the governor. This is also a skill you can give to other characters. So if you want to be a leader and put somebody else as the governor, this might be something you want to give them. And I'll probably be taking this one. Yeah, all right. But again, I'm going to promote more potential into leadership. Another one I'm probably going to do. Probably going to put a little bit more into riding, but the other thing is I want to expand a little bit into stewardship. If it ends up that I have to be the steward. All I know is there is good medics or medicine characters in this game, and I just need to find them and hire them essentially. Let's go along the top here and we can look at our other. Ooh, Nogand. Okay, you are very skilled. I forgot this. Okay. So if we ever make you a steward, we want you to be frugal. Yeah, I'm looking at all of these options right now. Okay, I'm going to go. There's so many things to pick right now. Oh god, he's so skilled. Okay, I'm not gonna bore you too much with that right now. I'll do that probably off screen or on screen, depending. Okay, but in any case, let's quickly see if this will work out. I can't remember the game if I'm skilled enough to do this. So let's just quickly. Yeah, I'm just gonna save here a bit. Yeah. Oh, this might go terrible. Oh, I'm in first person view. Yep. I don't have any ranged weapons on board. Guys, there's no real tactics here. Just charge. If I had archers, I'd keep them in the back and they would be shooting arrows.
Ah, you bastards!
Okay, they're only throwing rocks at us. Not too bad. What are you doing? Oh. Guys, wait for me. Mob them. Yeah, right now this is just chaotic. It's no real tactics. It's just charge. Didn't have to do much there. I'm running through the forest. Are they going to throw rocks at me? No. I thought there was someone on the left here. The map is kind of the same. Is whenever you attack a looter hideout or something, you're essentially getting this map. Running. Yeah, tutorial, I get it. Top right. I just put them on charge. Okay, and then they give you the option of one-on-one combat. Do I want to do this?
So, who's this that comes through my place of business, killing my employees?
We heard you took our little brother and sister. Where are they?
Good heaven. I'll need a better description than that. My men have harvested dozens of little brats in this region. Quite good hunting grounds. Already sent most of them off to a slave market, I know, though. Since your hunt for your kin is fruitless, how about you clear off and save your own lives? Either that, or I'll force you to lick up all the blood you've spilled here with your tongues. Or you and I could settle this one-on-one.
Now, because I have a shield and a sword, and I usually just do a little bit of cheesing the game, let's try this. Very well, I'll deal you. But normally I go for this, the second option. Right man, not using a shield. Hit you, infant. Come on. No, apparently he's not dead. Apparently he's still alive. Stand down in the combat. Okay, Radagos Raiders. Yep. Right. Is that a bit of horse? Simple horse, speed 34. Speed 47. Yes, it's a bit of horse. And Master of the Club. Expensive weapon, but yeah, fine. Take that. Alright.
Well, I recognize defeat when I see it. If I'm gonna be your captive, let me introduce myself. I'm Radagos. You haven't cut my throat yet, which was a wise move. I'm sure I can find a way to be worth more to you alive than dead.
You better help us get our brother and sister back, or else.
You'll need my help, all right. If you want to get them back. Alive, that is. See, my boys have some pretty specific instructions about what to do if there's a rescue attempt. Shall we get on the road? Remember, if I drop dead of exhaustion or drown in some river, that's it for your little dears. I don't expect a cozy palanquin now, but you best not make it too hard a trip for me.
Yes, okay, I don't want to spoil it too much, but I remember there being an option about this character that you can choose later on. I'm leaning towards one of the two options. You come across a chest with an old piece of bronze in it. It's battered and corroded. It's so battered and corroded that it could have been anything from a cup to a crown. This must be the chest. Tactio's mentioned to you. It's something to do with Neretz's folly. Eh?
I was hoping to find more treasure here, but I think business wasn't going too well for Radagos and his gang. I found this strange-looking metal piece, though. Doesn't look too valuable, but it could be the artifact Tacteos was talking about. Maybe we can sell it to one of the noble clans for a hefty price. I have a better idea. We would have a better chance if we split up now. I'll take Radagos and go find the slaver market and look for a way to free the children. However, we must be careful not to endanger their lives, and it could be better to just buy them. We need to have our purses full for that, though. I'll need to take these men with us. Radagos is a slippery one. I don't want him getting away. Indeed. You'll have to find a way to do that. Maybe this bronze thing can help. Tacteos said it could be worth a fortune to the right person, if you manage not to get killed. If he's telling the truth, you must be careful. Never reveal that you have it, but try to understand its value and how it can be sold. One more thing. When you are talking to nobles and other people of importance, make sure you present yourself as someone from a distant but distinguished family. You can use our family name if you like, or make up a new one. You will have a better chance of obtaining an audience with nobles, and it'll be easier for me to find you by asking around.
I don't know how you pronounce that. Was it De Corvan? But I'll go with De Corvand. God, I'm trying fancy accents here, and I'm not even sure if I'm doing it correctly. But yeah, fine. De Corvand. Fine, I might be being over fancy, but fine enough.
Get on the road now. Once I locate the little ones, I'll come find you.
Ah, okay, and this was the part of the game. Yes, you essentially create your clan, your family name and your family crest and all that. Well, I think before we end the episode, I'll still carry on here a little bit. So what do I want? Oh, there's so many options. I am particularly a fan of lions, and because we're playing Vlandians, I might want to go that way as well. The Plantagenet lions. God, I don't know if they, but yeah, these were the Plantagenet lions, weren't they? British family back in the medieval ages. And there's all of these symbols as well. We might have gone for some of the runic stuff if we were sturgeons. Yeah, I might go for a classical lion. And there's nothing else right now that grabs my fancy. I'll go for this. You increase the size? No, not really right now. And I always prefer going for a red. So yeah, golden lion on red. I think we can do that. Okay. Tutorial is over. You are now free to explore Calradia. Yeah, essentially right now, it's essentially the game where your brother is going to find your sister, your younger brother and sister. And yes, you essentially just have to, you are left on your own to now play the game and gather troops to eventually go rescue your brother and sister, which will become members of your clan as well. They will grow up, and then you can either have them as party members, or they can go form their own parties, or you can have them as governors of villages, castles, if you are given those by another lord. Right. Okay, and then yes, that was part of the main storyline, which I never followed, is yes, the whole Neretz's folly and the artifact that you get. Okay, so I think I can end it here for now, and then yes, next time we come back, yeah, first beginning of our little clan and party as we start on our own. Okay, so enjoy the rest of your day wherever you are, and until then, see you next time.